So attached to this email are the first few pages of the career planning workbook. You will receive this whole workbook next week on your first day, and we'll go over it in a little bit more detail. But for the first day, we'd like you to complete the following 3 tasks. The first is to review the introduction. That will give you some information on times change and our history. And the second thing is to complete the life experience chart, which I'll tell you in a moment. The third thing is to prepare your first story. So step 2. Once you've read the instructions on page 1-3 of the Career Planning Workbook, we'd like you to start thinking about the kinds of things you've done throughout your life. And we'd like you to do it in 5-year increments. Now remember, this exercise is for your eyes only. It is not meant to share with others. And we'd like you to have a look at the kinds of things that you did growing up that you enjoyed doing, the kinds of things that you were proud of, things that stand out most in your memory. So perhaps they were your favorite subjects in school, or maybe you belonged to some clubs, or there were activities you enjoyed doing after school or on the weekends. So really take your time and think about the kinds of memories that you have related to the early part of your life. And then think of the kinds of things that you did as an adult. So maybe it was your paid work, or maybe it is things that you're doing during your leisure time. If you've gone back to school, what kinds of things did you do that you enjoyed? So really take the week, which is why we're giving you a week here, to really spend the time to reflect. If there are things that you can't quite remember, maybe someone who's known you for many years can help you describe these things and then put them into the life experience chart. So the life experience chart can be found on page 1-4, and you'll see that it's already mapped out for you in 5-year increments. So for example, if you were 6 years old and had your first year of camp away from home, that might be something that you would jot in there. Maybe when you were 12, you sung a solo in the choir or looked after your younger sibling. And when you were 17, maybe you got your first job. So it's only necessary to mark the memory. You do not need to write a whole lot of detail, just the kinds of things that you've done that spark a memory for you. And remember, these are activities, they're experiences, they're accomplishments, they're the kinds of things that made you feel good about yourself. Things that you enjoyed or things that you were proud of. So you'll see that you've got all of the age brackets in here, all the way up to 65. So if you're older than 65, feel free to add a page and to continue going. So, step 3. Once you've written down all of your experiences in your life experience chart, we'd like you to choose one. Choose one where you set a goal and achieved it. And then write a story following the instructions on page 1-8. So you can write in full sentence form or in point form, whatever feels most comfortable for you. The important thing, though, is to be brief. So unlike your life experience chart, this story will be shared in class with a small group. So remember that when you're writing it. You will also see the approximate size of your story in your workbooks. It's not listed here, but we do have the size of how long the story should be. So the guidelines for these stories is to think about what motivated you to do this activity or to have this experience and what you actually did. So it's not necessarily about feelings, but it's really about what you did to accomplish your goal. Maybe there were some roadblocks along the way. Describe those as well. And then finally, what was the result of your actions? So remember, this story is about something that you were proud of. It need not be about work. In fact, it can be from any time in your life. So that's it.